What's up, everybody? It's your boy Nick here, and welcome back to the Countdown to 30 series. It's been a while since we did this show. I kind of took the summertime to kind of relax and just do some fun stuff over the summer. And then we had to get right into the Big Brother recap show, which I've been doing every week, and we're still doing that. So make sure you follow along, like, subscribe, so we can get that going. Um, but I wanted to make some time to actually do some videos because we are already in the second half of this year and we still have many more countdowns to go through before we hit December. Because in December, we're going to top it all off with my personal top 100 of 96. Um, but so we've got a long journey to go still. But I needed to get on here because the time is ticking. The countdown is going. We're less than 130 days away from the big moment that I turned 30. It's getting close. So let's do that as my cat now joins me into the room. Um, Before we begin, I do need to address something that was rather shocking. By the time you watch this video, this is going to be old news, but it has only been about at the time of this recording, it's only been about 13 hours since I heard the devastating news of Hayden Panettiere. Um, this one kind of gut punched me a little bit, almost as much as when I did the Space Ghost video last year. Um, what a career this lady had, and it was so shocking to see it cut so short. We've seen her in such great movies. She got her start in Disney, like most actresses. Bugs Life was where she kicked it off. Most people said she got her breakthrough role from Remember the Titans, which was a good movie as well. Um, she did a lot of Disney projects before branching out 20 years to this day, making her start in Heroes, which I remember that. I remember all that hype, um, and just seeing her grow from there. And then, of course, my love for Hayden Panettiere became noted once she starred in Scream 4. That was when I really fell in love with her. Um, and from there, she's done many numerous projects, including her next big TV series, Nashville. And then we got to see her be step back into the role of Kirby Reed in Scream 7. Was it Scream 7? Scream 6. I'm sorry. Scream 6 just a few years ago. And I guarantee you they were going to put her in Scream 8. They're writing out the plot and everything. They're going to do a Scream 8, and I guarantee you they were going to put Kirby in it. And to hear now that it's not going to happen, it's really devastating. So we just got to take a moment. We don't know much about what happened. We're gonna find out in due time. Probably when this video drops, we'll know more. But until then, we have to say rest easy to Hayden Panettiere. You are going to be dearly missed. Um, yeah, that's a rough one. Um, so now that that's out of the way, let's talk about what we are going to be talking about today. Getting back into the Countdown to 30 series, we have our first big list to count down. There's going to be a couple of these coming up in the next few months. To kick it all off, we're going to look at the Billboard Hot 100 of 1996. We've looked at many Billboard charts already to this day, and this list is going to wrap everything in a bow for the Billboard charts. As opposed to the soundtracks, that's going to be a separate list. That's going to be my personal list as well. So we talked a little bit about the soundtracks the last time, but we'll really get into it probably next video. I have to double check. We'll see right now with the slides. But yeah, let's obviously Billboard is a credible source, the main music chart industry, as opposed to all the other ones. But this is the real deal. So let us look at the Billboard Hot 100 of 96. All right, we are ready. Let's kick off our Billboard Hot 100 countdown of 1996. Starting with number 100, let's listen to this. Let's look at the songs first. Number 100, "Don't Cry" from Seal. Number 99, "Only Want to Be With You," Hootie and the Blowfish. Number 98, "Macarena," the original version from Los Del Rio. Number 97, Soon as I Get Home, Faith Evans. Number 96, we have a tie, I Got ID and Long Road from Pearl Jam. Okay, Don't Cry. Uh, I have seen this song pop up in many of the alternative charts. It's a pretty good song. Um, yeah, it's one of Seal's best songs. Not the best song. You'll find out later what my all-time favorite Seal song is. Um, but yeah, Seal's a good artist. Hootie and the Blowfish. Come on now. We just saw Hootie and the Blowfish perform at the American Music Awards at the start of the summer. Uh, Throwback classic. Only Want to Be With You. Perfect song. It's one of those songs that you got to do karaoke to, hands down. As opposed to the Macarena, obviously, and you know the remix version is going to be popping up later in the countdown. But this is the one of these Spanish songs that every gringo knows by heart, as well as the dance. Don't forget about the dance. Faith Evans was with the Notorious B.I.G. at this point, I believe, 96. Really good R&B artist. My favorite song from her has to be Love Like This. Or no, well, she did do the song with Puff Daddy. The tribute to B.I.G. I like that song too. Pearl Jam, amazing rock band from this decade. Favorite song from them has to be it's a tie between Jeremy and Even Flow. One of the two. Okay, number 95, Back for Good. Take That. Number 94, Beautiful Life. Ace of Base. Number 93, Hey, Crucial Conflict. Number 92, Until It Sleeps. Metallica. Number 91, Pope Pimp. Do or Die featuring Twista. Um, okay, Take That. I've That's also been popping up on my alternative charts. One of those one hit wonder kind of bands. If I'm correct, I believe Robbie Williams is also in that band. Robbie went on to have his own solo career and closed out the 90s with some good hits as well. Just had a movie come out, what, 2 years ago, I think, where he played a monkey or something. But it was supposed to be like a biography of his musical journey, kind of like a biography of him. Not familiar with Crucial Conflict. Metallica, one of the greatest rock bands of the 90s. Um, my favorite song, obviously, is Enter Sandman. But I've also heard Nothing. Was it Nothing Else Matters? I think that's the one, and probably this one too. But no, it's Enter Sandman for me. Same with Do or Die featuring Twista. I'm not familiar with their music. Okay, number 90, That Girl, Maxi Priest. Number 89, Get Money, Junior Mafia featuring the Notorious B.I.G. Number 98, Mabu, Ghost Town DJs. Number 87, No One Else from Total. And number 86, Hit Me Off, New Edition. Maxi Priest, I'm in love with this song right here, That Girl. A perfect song to play during the summertime. Um, I just love the R&B slow jam kind of put you in the mood kind of thing. Like you're on the beach and you want to play like one of them kickback songs. I think this would be a good one to play. Family friendly too. Junior Mafia. I'm sure I've heard some of the people in that group. Obviously, Notorious B.I.G. is in there. I wonder if that's Faith Evans in the picture right there. Not sure. Um, Ghost Town DJs. I know this is their one hit wonder, and I love it. Um, they did the Running Man challenge. They used this song for the Running Man challenge, which that's old too. Total, kicking off their career right here. They would go on the following year to do a song for the Soul Food soundtrack. What About Us, which was a good hit, and then they did a song. My favorite song from there was with Mace, What You Want. Love that song. That's my favorite Total song right there. New Edition. We got the boys featuring Bobby Brown. That's the band he came from. Um, and I believe what the and that's where Belle Biv DeVoe came from. Some of the guys went to form the band Belle Biv DeVoe, known for singing their song Poison. Um, So yeah. All right, number 85, Set You Free, Planet Soul. Number 84, Runaway, Janet Jackson. Number 83, You Remind Me of Something, R. Kelly. Number 82, This Is Your Night, Amber. Number 81, Unbreak My Heart, Tony Braxton. Okay, Planet Soul, I'm pretty sure I've heard their music. I'm not entirely sure. Not entirely sure. We know who Janet Jackson is, though. Let me tell you. Celebrating her 40th anniversary, I believe, of, is it? Yeah, 40th anniversary of her first her debut album, or the album Control. I believe that was the one that got her on the charts. Um I'm trying to think, because when she did the Designs of a Decade album, that was 96. So 10, 20, 34. Yeah, 40 years since that album. And Janet is still performing to this day, still sounding as great as ever. Let me tell you. She has a strict diet. Like, she, not so much a diet, but she does crucial, like, heavy exercise. Like she's very much about her fitness and her cardio. She still does cardio at her age. I believe she's 60 now, if I'm correct. Anyway, the Runaway song is from the Designs of a Decade album that came out end of 95, so it hit mainstream in 1996. I could go on for days about Miss Janet Jackson. As a matter of fact, I've been contemplating while I was gone, what if I do a Janet Jackson countdown of my all-time favorite Janet Jackson songs? A lot of them are going to come from the 90s for sure. I'm not too familiar with her newer music, but that's okay, because I think a lot of people are going to pay to see her perform the hits, the old school hits. So, and honestly, some of her best music was from the 90s. Like the beats and everything, the melody, the instrumentation, you won't hear that in this decade. You won't hear that anywhere else. So, but again, I can go on about Janet all day long, but we have a video we got to do, so we're just going to keep it moving. Um, Number 80. Okay, R. Kelly, we know who he is. Yeah, we know. Okay. Amber, uh, she's from the group Stars on 54, and she made her solo debut with this song, This Is Your Night. So it's a nice little beat, nice little song. Tony Braxton. We've already talked about Tony Braxton on our countdown already, this song included, I believe. She'll have more songs coming up later on the countdown, but this song is going to set the stage for 1997, and it would score highly on the 97 charts. But still, this song was probably her breakthrough hit. Not gonna lie. Like, this was the, if you were to say Tony Braxton, this would be the first song that comes to mind, is Unbreak My Heart. Okay, number 80, Who Do You Love? Deborah Cox. Number 79, I Want to Come Over, Melissa Etheridge. Number 78, Jealousy, Natalie Merchant. Number 77, Keep On Keeping On, MC Light featuring Escape. And number 76, As I Lay Me Down, Sophie B. Hawkins. Okay, Deborah Cox, I know who she is. She performed, or she does, Nobody's Supposed to Be Here. Love that song. Not familiar with this one, but that's where I know Deborah Cox from. Melissa Etheridge, uh, one of the most powerful alternative female artists of the decade. I have listened to I Want to Come Over a little bit. It's a good beat. I like it. It's no Come to My Window, though, that's for sure. But it's okay. Jealousy, I've also heard this song recently. It's pretty okay. I like Wonder. Wonder is a really good one, and I think it's going to be on the chart later. Um what else is a good one? I think Carnival. She's got a couple good hits. Like, this one was okay though. Jealousy was fine. No shade. She's a really good artist. Another alternative female uh diva, not diva, icon. We'll go with icon from the 90s. MC Light, I've heard of her. She did a song with Janet Jackson, uh, but she had her hits here and there. And Escape, just kicking it. I know it's got Candy and Tiny. Candy and Tiny are in that group. I don't know who the others are, but I just know those two. And then Sophie B. Hawkins, I like this song. This one is like a sleeper hit that I really enjoyed. So it's got a nice little peaceful. This is another one you want to play on the beach as well. So there's still some time to go to the beach if you haven't already. Okay, number 75. If It Makes You Happy, Sheryl Crow. Number 74, Old Man and Me, When I Get to Heaven, Hootie and the Blowfish. Number 73, Keith Sweat featuring Athena Cage. Uh, Number 72, Pony, Genuine. Number 71, Key West Intermezzo, I Saw You First, John Mellencamp. Okay, Sheryl Crow. This song I really, really love. This is her breakthrough hit of the year, but of course she was already on the charts popping before 96. Um, Probably my favorite song from her is the one she did with Stevie Nicks, If You Ever Did Believe, but Sweet Child of Mine, which came in 99 when she did the cover. Beautiful, beautiful. But this one in particular, I'd say this album's pretty good. I would go give it a listen. Old Man and Me, I've heard this song recently. It was an okay one. One of the newer songs, well, not new, but like some of the older songs that I haven't heard from Hootie and the Blowfish, the one that I really liked was Time. I think that's going to show up later, but Time is a really good one, and it really puts into perspective the route that I'm headed as we get closer to December. Um, it's a it, it's a personal song for me, you know. Nobody. Oh man, I need to learn how to sing this song, man, because I got the voice for it. Let me tell you. Keith Sweat. His biggest hit is still to come. I know it's going to be on this chart later. We'll talk about it then. Um, and then Pony. I know you all have heard Pony, so Genuine. By the way, my favorite Genuine song was Differences. Came out in 2001, I believe. uh, Key West Intermezzo, John Mellencamp. Almost forgot about this song. John Mellencamp's had some good hits in this decade. This one's really good. I like that one. Okay, number 70, Lady from D'Angelo. Number 69, If Your Girl Only Knew, Aaliyah. Number 68, Just a Girl, No Doubt. Number 67, Closer to Free, Bo Deans. Number 66, the theme from Mission Impossible from Adam Clayton and Larry Mullen. Okay, D'Angelo, may he rest in peace. We lost D'Angelo last year, and I gotta say the Grammys did a great job on his tribute. He was most known for the song Brown Sugar. He did a song for the Space Jam soundtrack. I found my smile again, and I like that song. It really is, and I feel like so I think he passed from cancer, so that song really puts more into perspective. Like he found his smile once he had transitioned into the next life, cancer free. So that song hits different now. Aaliyah, the lovely Aaliyah, who's also up there in heaven. Um, 25 years since we lost her this August. Yeah, I think her anniversary is coming up actually. Um, it was August of 2001. She died in the plane crash. Very unfortunate. She was only like in her early 20s. She had just put out a great album, and then I think she had filmed the Rock the Boat video before she passed. Um, yeah, very very sad to see her go. But and if she was still around, she would have blown Beyonce out of the water, freaking everybody else. Um, just saying, she would have been that it girl. Um, No doubt. Oh, yes, no doubt. I love that band. They have been my band since I was a kid. Mama raised me on some really good music. Gwen Stefani, Tony, Adrian. I forgot who the other guitarist is. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know your name. I freaking forgot. But anyway, it's the white guitarist. Um, don't hate me for that. I'm sorry. But Just a Girl, love that album. Love that song from the Tragic Kingdom album and the Clueless soundtrack. Well, it was featured in Clueless. I don't think it was on the soundtrack. But Tragic Kingdom, really good album, y'all. Well, all their albums were pretty good, but Tragic Kingdom was really good. So go check that out. Bodines, I have heard this song. This comes from the Party of Five soundtrack, or it's the theme song to Party of Five. It's a good show. I haven't really binged it yet. I might later on, but this is the theme song for that show, and it's really good. It's got Scott Wolf, it's got Nev Campbell, the guy from Lost. There's so many people in that show. I think it's and Jennifer Love Hewitt was on there at one point. So feel free to check that out. Number 60. Okay, so Mission Impossible, one of the biggest movies of 1996. The song will likely be put on the soundtrack countdown. Um, who doesn't know the Mission Impossible theme song? And I like the way that they created this one to make it sound 90s. If you don't know anything about Mission Impossible, it was a TV show back, I think, in the 60s, I want to say. Yeah, because the original theme song was giving 60s vibes. So I could be wrong, but it is a TV show nonetheless. And so in 1996, they created the movie, the film version, and it went on to make many more sequels. I think Tom Cruise is done with the series, the Mission Impossible film series. So, but yeah, a lot of people like that. One of the best movies of 1996. Okay, number 65, Children from Robert Miles. Number 64, Tonight's the Night, Criss Cross. Number 63, Touch Me, Tease Me, Case featuring Foxy Brown. Number 62, Fast Love, George Michael. And number 61, Doing It from LL Cool J. Okay, Robert Miles. I want to say I've heard this song. I'm not entirely sure. Criss Cross, I remember I've heard of them. They were a hip hop duo. Their hit song Jump was the bomb. That was their song right there. Case and Foxy Brown. I've heard Foxy Brown. I'm trying to think if I've heard any other Case song. I'm drawing a blank to them right now. But George Michael, let's talk about him from the group Wham in the 80s. Went on to do his own solo projects in the 90s with Freedom and some other songs, but Fast Love. I never heard this song until this year, and it actually is a party song for sure. I would honestly put it on my birthday list because I want to put songs that get you in the mood, kind of, in the mood to dance. Let me be specific on that. Doing It. Oh, I know this song. This song's a bop for sure. Doing it and doing it and doing it. Wow. Yeah, LL Cool J put out some good hits in '96. Think there's another one coming up. There might be two, but yeah, this one was good. This one was good. Okay, number 60, Hook, Blues Traveler. Elevators, Me and You, Outcast. Number 58, Tell Me, Groove Theory. Number 57, Woo-Ha, Got You All in Check, and Everything Remains Raw from Busta Rhymes. Number 56, Wonderwall, Oasis. Blues Traveler, well known. I consider them a bluegrass band. Really good band, though. You need to listen to their songs. Their number one hit from 1995, Run Around. Beautiful song, but Hook was a good one too. I think you should go check that out if you haven't yet. Outcast, Andre 3000 and Big Boy. That's my band right there. My all-time favorite hit. Oh, obviously, I love Hey Ya. That was the best. But I also like Southern playalistic music. Um, that song was amazing. Love it. Groove Theory, one hit wonder, but it was the one hit wonder. Let me tell you. Tell me if you want me to. Yeah, really good. Busta Rhymes. This was his breakthrough year. He put out a couple good hits in the 90s. The next one would be Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Could See. And then he also did a song with Janet too. What's it gonna be? That one's a good one. So he put out some really good hits in the 90s. Oasis, one of the greatest alternative bands of the decade, who is scheduled to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this November. It will be airing live on Disney Plus, so I invite you all to watch that. I've also heard for the first time Champagne Supernova, which I actually do love that song. It's really good. Y'all should go listen. But congrats to Oasis. I will likely be watching the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame concert. So, all right, number 55, All the Things Your Man Won't Do from Joe. Number 54, The Earth, the Sun, the Rain from Color Me Bad. Number 53, Mouth from Meryl Bainbridge. Number 52, Last Night, AZ Yet or As Yet. And number 51, You'll See from Madonna. Okay, I know who Joe is. Really good R&B artist. This song came from the Don't Be a Menace soundtrack. Um, and it sounds really good. And then I really heard it for the first time when the rapper JT, she covered this song for what is it called? City Cinderella? Or no, it was 90s. Was it 90s girl? 90s baby? Something like that. It was like 2 years ago. That's how I heard of this song. Um, Mouth. I have heard that song for many years, and it's a nice little popcorn song. It's very catchy. I like it. I really do. It is a one hit wonder, but I love it. You should go listen to it. As yet, I'm not familiar with their stuff. Oh, Color Me Bad. We didn't talk about them. Another great band from the 90s. Their favorite, I love their song, I Adore Me. Oh, no. It was I Adore Me More and All for Love. Those were their greatest hits right there. And then, of course, Madonna. The Madonna, who made her big comeback in 2026 with the Confessions 2 album, scheduled to get some VMA nominations pretty soon, which we are going to talk about that very soon. So be on the lookout. On her way to get some Grammy nominations as well, which we'll also be talking about that in November. You'll See it was an okay song. Uh, and then the big highlight of 96 was she was filming Evita, and it came out around Christmas 1996. One of her most talked about performances ever. I think she went on to win a Golden Globe and was nominated for the Oscars that year, 97. Okay, we are at the halfway mark of our Hot 100 Songs of 96 countdown. Number 50, Time, Hootie and the Blowfish. Number 49, Fantasy, Mariah Carey. Number 48, Count on Me, Whitney Houston and CeCe Winans. Number 47, Kissing You from Total. And number 46, Why I Love You So Much and Ain't Nobody from Monica. Okay, Hootie and the Blowfish, we've already talked about them. And I did mention this song, Time. It hits different with me. It's personal. It's a rather personal song as we get closer to my 30th birthday. I listen like really carefully to the lyrics of that song. Fantasy, who hasn't heard this song? This is probably one of my most played Mariah Carey songs ever. Probably one of my top 10 Mariah Carey songs. Um, anyway, this summer we had the release. Oh, so this is coming after the Daydream release back in, I think it was October or November of 1995. So it would hit mainstream in 96. This summer in 2026, we had the Daydream 30 album release, and it had some live versions of some songs and some new songs that Mariah didn't release on the Daydream album. There's one that I really like. It's called One Night. So, and word is that she's not done yet. We're hearing word that she might be re-releasing the Glitter soundtrack in just a matter of weeks. She put a little teaser on Instagram. So we'll see what happens. So in case you're wondering, because I know some of you have already seen the she's defrosting meme. Hate to break it to you, but she's already defrosted. She's been a very busy bee this year already. So just saying. Okay, Whitney Houston. This comes from the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack. I've mentioned this soundtrack many a times. Um, she was in that movie. She wrote two songs for the album, and this is one of them. CeCe Winans, another great R&B artist. I believe her brother BB, is that her brother or her man? I don't know, but she's with that dude. Um, Total, we've already talked about Total already. Monica, I love her. She's a really good R&B artist. But these two songs I'm not familiar with. I'm familiar with "Don't Take It Personal." She would go on to write a song for the Space Jam soundtrack, which I believe is one of her greatest songs ever, next to "Angel of Mine." I think her cover of that song was amazing. Probably the best song I've heard from her. She's got a couple good hits, but and then of course "The Boy Is Mine." Okay, number 45, "Digging on You," TLC. Number 44, 1979, The Smashing Pumpkins. Number 43, "Anytime," 3T. Number 42, "No Diggity," Blackstreet featuring Dr. Dre. Number 41, "The World I Know," Collective Soul. Now, TLC coming off from a successful 1995 with "Waterfalls." Um, this was also on their, was it the Crazy Sexy Cool album? Yeah, that was the one for 95. It's an all right song. I like it, but "Waterfalls," come on now. That's the song right there. 1979, this is actually a good song. Smashing Pumpkins, their most famous song was "Tonight Tonight." Um, they would, and the following year, 1987, they would go on to do a song for the Batman and Robin soundtrack. 3T, not familiar with. Blackstreet, I have heard of the band. They would go on to do, they do a couple songs in the upcoming years. One of them being "Don't Leave Me," and then the song for the Rugrats movie, "Take Me There." Dr. Dre, we know who that is. Well-known rap artist, philanthropist, entrepreneur, whatever you want to call him. He's a goat. And number 41, Collective Soul's a really good band. Uh, they would go on to do, well, they have a couple good hits. I think "December" was a good one. "Shine," that's their well-known hit. And then they went to do a song for the Scream 2 soundtrack the following year. So very nice. Okay, number 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, "Something New," Coolio. Number 39, "Breakfast at Tiffany's," Deep Blue Something. Number 38, "Before You Walk Out of My Life," Like This and Like That, Monica. Number 37, "Sweet Dreams," from La Bouche. And number 36, "You're the One," SWV. So Coolio, another big rap artist of the 90s. He has departed as well, so rest in peace. Um, this song and "Gangsta's Paradise" were the B hit songs of the decade. And they went on to do the Keenan and Kel theme song, or Coolio went on to do the Keenan and Kel theme song in 96. I think that's when the show debuted. Um, debuted. Deep Blue Something is a kind of a one hit wonder, but this was their hit right here. I like it. Monica, we've talked about her already. Again, I'm not familiar with these two hits. La Bouche, I'd call them like a house music duo. "Sweet Dreams" is a really good one. I think we have another song from them coming up in the countdown. SWV, "Sisters with Voices." This song is a hit. This is a summer bop for sure. So if you haven't heard this song, go listen to it. Um, you don't get voices like those anymore. Okay, number 35, "Down Low," "Nobody Has to Know," from R. Kelly. Number 34, "Only You," 112 featuring the Notorious B.I.G. Number 33, "Gangsta's Paradise," Coolio featuring LV. Number 32, "Not Gon' Cry," Mary J. Blige. And number 31, "Wonder," Natalie Merchant. Okay, we've already talked about R. Kelly. Um, and if you don't remember, he did a song, he did probably the biggest song for the Space Jam soundtrack, "I Believe I Can Fly." "Only You," I like this song. I think they're talking about the remix version. Really good. It's a really good song. And "Gangsta's Paradise," the number one song of 1995. I can tell you that, from the Dangerous Minds soundtrack. Um, Also from a soundtrack, Mary J. Blige, she did this song for the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack. It's a really good song. And then we talked about Natalie Merchant earlier, and this was the song that I've been listening to on my phone. It's got a nice little beat. It sounds really good. Okay, number 30, One of Us, Joan Osborne. Number 29, You Learn and You Ought to Know, Alanis Morissette. Number 28, Counting Blue Cars, Dishwalla. Number 27, I Can't Sleep Baby, If I, R. Kelly. And number 26, Where Do You Go? No Mercy. What if God was one of us? That's the message of that song. It's nice little, definitely an alternative song for sure. Love it. Alanis Morissette. I call her my godmother because she's just so heavenly. This is coming out of the huge success of Jagged Little Pill in 1995. Would hit would hit mainstream in 1996. Um, this is probably as high as she's gonna score, but she had other hits too. Hand in My Pocket and Head Over Feet. Dishwalla is a good band too. I like the Counting Blue Cars song. R. Kelly, we've already talked about. No Mercy. This is also a one-hit wonder, but this is club music right here. You gotta listen to this song if you're gonna be partying in the club. Okay, number 25. Who Will Save Your Soul from Jewel. Number 24. Name from the Goo Goo Dolls. Number 23. Be My Lover from La Bouche. Number 22, Insensitive, Jan Arden. Number 21, Loungin', LL Cool J. Okay, I'm in love with Jewel. I love her. She has some great hits from the 90s, but also from the early 2000s as well. She's got some good hits there. But this was the song that got her on the map with her Pieces of You album that hit mainstream in 96. It would end 1996 with the debut of You Were Meant for Me, which would go on to be uh I think it was like number 2 or something for best song of the year in 1997. The Goo Goo Dolls, I think I've mentioned them before, but Goo Goo Dolls are amazing. They're still performing to this day. Um, well known for their song Iris from City of Angels. La Bouche, we've already talked about. Jan Arden, I'm not familiar with her music, but I know she has popped up here and there. LL Cool J, I don't know how this song scored higher than Doing It. But I don't know. Okay. We made it to the top 20. Oh, here's where I thought the song was going to be. Number 20, Hey Lover, LL Cool J. Number 19, Change the World, Eric Clapton. Number 18, It's All Coming Back to Me Now, Celine Dion. Number 17, How Do You Want It and California Love, Tupac. And number 16, Sitting Up in My Room from Brandy. Okay, so this is where I was wondering when this song was going to pop up. Hey Lover featuring Boys to Men, believe it or not. Nice little slow jam hit. Eric Clapton, famous guitarist and vocalist for about 50 years, if I'm correct. In the 90s, he wrote the song for his son after his passing, Tears in Heaven. This one, Change the World, was an okay hit. I know VH1 loved this song for sure. Same as this one right here. Celine Dion put out an album. What is it? Falling? Is it Falling Into You? I think that's what it is. I'm not sure. But anyway, so that album came out and it has another song on the countdown coming up. She also went and performed at the 1996 Summer Olympics the opening ceremonies. I've seen that video and that's really good. Tupac, the GOAT, the legend. We sadly lost him in 1996. We're approaching his 30th anniversary since his passing in September. Uh, I got to give it up to California Love, man, with Dr. Dre. That was a good hit. How Do You Want It features Casey and JoJo, an R&B duo that I've come to love. So, and then speaking of artists that I've come to love, Brandy. Brandy, I love her so much. Just her song, her vocals from the 90s just hit different, man. This song is also on the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack. So she'll have another album released by the end of the 90s. I forgot what it's called. Yeah, it can't. It's not coming to mind right now, but I know The Boy Is Mine is on that album as well. Okay, number 15, Follow You Down or Till I Hear It From You from Gin Blossoms. Number 14, Exhale, Shoop Shoop from Whitney Houston. Number 13, Ironic, Alanis Morissette. Number 12, Missing Everything But the Girl. And number 11, Come On and Ride It, The Train, Quad City DJs. Okay, Gin Blossoms, a great alternative rock band from the 90s. Um, I like both of these songs actually. The Till I Hear It From You is from the Empire Records soundtrack. Uh, Whitney Houston, this was her big hit from the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack. Beautiful song, beautiful, beautiful. I'm shocked that Ironic landed at number 13 on this list. It scored higher on all the other ones, and you'll see later on. Well, it should be in the top 10, but whatever. Number 12, another one hit wonder, but it's kind of catchy. They have an original version, and then they did a remix version that I believe made the charts. And then Quad City DJs, they are the ones responsible for writing the theme song to Space Jam. But before they did that, they released "Come On and Ride It," the train, one of the big bops of the 96. All right, y'all, we are in the home stretch. It is time to announce the top 10 songs that Billboard picked as best songs of 96. Let's kick things off at number 10. It's Keith Sweat with Twisted. We've talked about Keith Sweat a little bit. This song is, I call it a sleeper hit because I think it should be glorified a little more. The beat got me right off the bat. In fact, so much that I wanted to go get the cassette, and I did. So beautiful. All right, coming in at number 9, it's Tony Braxton. You're Making Me High and Let It Flow. You're Making Me High was her big hit of 96. Let It Flow, she wrote for the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack. Both were bops, but I got to give it to You're Making Me High. Okay, coming in at number 8, it's Donna Lewis, I Love You Always Forever. I know certain commercials have used this song. Um, this is a nice little sleeper hit as well. Love it. Number 7, it's Bone Thugs and Harmony with The Crossroads. Beautiful song, beautiful. See at the Crossroads. I feel like lately that's been the song to listen to lately with so many of these celebrities passing away so soon. It's a beautiful hit. It really is. And you don't get a lot of rappers today that sing about that are very like personal like this. So just keep that in mind. All right, number 6, we have Tracy Chapman. Give Me One Reason. Now, Tracy Chapman, you know her from the Fast Car single. Um, this one was a good hit. This one definitely on the top of the alternative charts. So, okay, 5 songs left on our countdown. Number 5, it's Mariah Carey, Always Be My Baby. One of the biggest hits off the Daydream album. Still to this day, people love this song. She just released footage from her one of her concerts in '96. Uh, Crystal clear quality, and just shows you how far Mariah has come. Okay. Number 4, it's the Tony Rich Project. Nobody knows, and nobody knows it but me. This was a nice little hit. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't put it in my personal top 10, but it's a good song. It's real catchy. Number 3, it's Celine Dion, Because You Loved Me. Also from the Falling Into, is it Falling Into You album? Anyway, but it's also featured in the 1996 hit Up Close and Personal, so soundtrack single. Um, but yeah, the 96 was a big year for Celine Dion, and she would go on to prepare for an even bigger year in 1997 when she releases her single for the Titanic soundtrack. All right. The runner up for Best Billboard Song of 96, One Sweet Day from Mariah Carey and Boys to Men. I was quite pissed that this song did not hit number one, but it'll all make sense when I reveal the number one song. But this song right here spent 16 weeks at number one and the record held the record for most weeks at number one, but that would be broken later when Lil Nas X comes around. And even Ella Langley also broke that record as well. So it's Kendrick and SZA might have broke that record as well. I'm not sure. But anyway, this came from the Daydream album, and it was just one of the best collaborations of that year. Loved it. Really loved it. Alrighty, drum roll, please. There's one song that had everyone in a craze in 1996, so much that they had to invent a dance. Let that be your clue as to what the number one Billboard Song of the Year is. If you haven't guessed it by now, here we go. It's the Macarena, the Bayside Boys mix from Los Del Rio, the most catchiest song of the year. Everyone was playing it at their parties. I I had to have had the cassette at one point. I think I had a toy where it played the Macarena song in a little jukebox thingy that I had as a kid. But I know I've heard this song long time ago, long time ago. So, but congratulations, Macarena is Billboard's Hot 100 Song of the Year. Okay, so coming up on the Countdown to 30 series, I guess we are going to do the soundtrack singles. Um, so I'm gonna start getting that list ready to go. Um, I'm debating. See, I'm torn because I do want to add the Space Jam songs to this list. And if I do that, I might have to add the Avita list, which I don't know. I would like to put Avita on the list, but it came out like Christmas, which is only like a week left, and there's not enough time for it to chart. So I think Space Jam would probably be the cutoff on the soundtrack singles list. Um, because I would have put Don't Cry for Me, Argentina, or You Must Love Me. I'll tell you what. I think I can put You Must Love Me on there because I think it came out before. Any other song won't make the cut. But there are many other soundtracks that will make the cut on our top soundtrack singles of 96. This is the first personal list that I'm going to do with no help from the charts. I'm going to go through and find all the soundtrack singles I can find, and we'll make a list from there. And still to come, I don't know when this is going to happen, but we've got the MTV Top 100 of 96 list coming. We're going to have the VH1 Top Songs of 96 coming as well. And then we're going to look at the Z100 chart for 1996, which is now known as iHeartRadio. Video subject to change due to the Big Brother recap show, which is true because this soundtrack single countdown was supposed to have come in July, but we're just going to push through and let's get these videos out. So that's a wrap. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the Countdown to 30. The next video I'm going to be working on, we're actually going to switch gears again because it is time to place our bets for the 2026 Video Music Awards. I think I kind of want to do a special for that too. I kind of want to revisit that. Well, we'll see. We'll see. But first, we have to place our bets. We got to get the 2026 VMAs squared away first. So be on the lookout for that video, and we'll talk about that. Also, don't forget to watch the Big Brother recap show every week here on the channel. Lot to talk about on there as we get closer to December when the big moment happens when I reach my 30th. So just stay tuned. I've got a lot of things on my mind I want to get put on the internet, and we'll go from there. All right, so that'll do it for this episode of Countdown to 30. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.